You ever wake up one morning, thinking it's just another quiet day, only to find your whole world turned upside down? That's how it started for me, standing on my dock by Lake Harmony, coffee in hand, staring at a neon orange notice nailed into the boathouse I built with my late wife, Ellie. That little piece of paper, flapping in the breeze, was the spark that lit a fire I never saw coming. I'm Jack Harlan, 68 years old, retired electrician, just trying to enjoy the cabin Ellie and I poured our hearts into 30 years ago. It's not just a house, it's us, our laughter, our late-night talks by the water, every nail driven with love. So when I saw that notice from the Clearview Estates HOA, claiming I owed $12,000 in dues for a group I wasn't even part of, my stomach twisted. My land's a half-mile from their gated kingdom, bought free and clear by my dad in '59. I'm no lawyer, but I know a scam when I see one. I ripped the notice off, leaving a nasty hole in the wood Ellie and I painted, and called the number listed. A woman picked up, voice like honey dripping over thorns. Clearview Estates, this is Karen Walsh. How may I assist? I stayed calm, explained I'm not in their HOA, that my deed's clean. She tooted, like I was some kid who forgot his chores. Oh, Mr. Harlan, our records show your property was annexed last month after a vote. Don't worry, I'll flag it as a mix-up. Her words were smooth, but they left a bad taste like biting into an apple and finding half a worm. I went to bed thinking it was sorted, just a clerical error. But the next morning, the sun barely up, I heard a rumble, like a tank rolling in. There, in my driveway, was a flatbed truck with a yellow backhoe, its arm curled like a scorpion ready to strike. A guy in a hard hat, built like a linebacker, stomped up with a clipboard. You Jack Harlan? He grunted. I nodded, heart sinking. Name's Vince, Apex Demolition. Got orders to tear down your boathouse, maybe the cabin too, unless you got a certified check for 12 grand. I told him about the call, how Karen said it was a mistake. He just shrugged, pointed at the backhoe. That thing don't care about phone calls. It starts easy. I locked the door, hands shaking, and called my daughter, Claire. Claire's my oldest, a federal agent with a voice that can cut through steel. Dad, don't say another word to them, she said, calm but commanding. Take photos, truck, backhoe, license plates, the guy's face if you can. Get your deed, the survey, the tax bill. Photograph every page. Then drive to the county clerk and get a certified plat map. That's your shield. I followed her orders like I was wiring a house, methodical, precise. Snapped pictures from every window, dug out the deed from Dad's old file cabinet, drove to the county office. The clerk, a kid who looked barely out of high school, pulled up my parcel on her screen. There it was, my little square by the lake, far outside Clearview's boundary. She stamped the map with a satisfying thud, and I drove home, that paper my lifeline. Claire called as I pulled in. Dad, this ain't a mistake, it's a hit job. She dug into Karen Walsh, the HOA president, and found a trail of dirt. Karen's been pulling this for years, fudging property maps to swallow up lakefront lots, forging votes to make it look legal. 6 weeks ago, she filed a new map moving Clearview's boundary to gobble up my land. That vote she mentioned? Pure fiction, signed by folks long dead, like my old neighbor Pete, who helped me frame the cabin. It wasn't just fraud. It was personal, like spitting on Ellie's memory. Then it got worse. I caught a guy in a Clearview polo, snapping photos of my cabin with a telephoto lens, like some Lawrence spy. My kids rolled in: Claire, my son Nate from Homeland Security, and Luke, the youngest, a postal inspector with a grin that hides a pit bull's bite. Our kitchen table turned into a war room. They laid out the evidence. My deed, the real plat map, Karen's forged one, and a fake vote with dead people's names. Luke smirked. Mail fraud, wire fraud. Karen's stepping in deep. Then a new envelope slid through my mail slot, no stamp, hand-delivered. Another bill, now $24,000, claiming my cabin's paint color, unchanged for 30 years, was a $10,000 violation. I almost laughed at the audacity, but Claire's eyes went cold. This is extortion, Dad. The next morning, a 30-yard dumpster landed in my driveway with a crash, blocking it completely. Spray painted on the side. Clearview Estates, debris removal. My life, debris. Nate stared at it, arms crossed. They're boxing you in, Dad, trying to break you. I showed Luke my system, simple, old school. I opened my phone's notes app, logged the time, the event, 5:32 a.m., dumpster dropped, blocking driveway. Then I snapped photos, timestamp on. It's proof, my way of fighting back. Luke nodded, impressed, then called the HOA treasurer, Greg Tate, on speaker. Luke played the worried son. We just want this sorted, my dad's old, he might sell. Greg chuckled, smug as a cat with a mouse. Smart move, kid. We'll make it so he wants to sell. Cheaper in the long run. Claire whispered, got him. That's extortion on tape. We sent a cease and desist letter, hand-delivered by the sheriff, a guy I've known for decades. Karen's face when she read it pure venom, her sugary mask gone. The dumpster vanished that afternoon, but the fight was far from over. That night, I saw a post on Clearview's Facebook page, a photo of my cabin, calling me out by name for violations. It was a digital pillory, meant to shame me. But it backfired. Neighbors called Mike, fined for his unharmonious mailbox. Lisa, hit for her oversized doormat. They weren't mad at me. They were done with Karen's reign. Claire went nuclear, filing a FOIA request for Clearview's finances. The records showed $500,000 spent in 5 years, with $200,000 funneled to Walsh Contracting, Karen's cousin's company. No receipts, no work done. It was a slush fund, plain and simple. My garage became our rebellion's HQ. Neighbors showed up Mike, Lisa, a young dad fined for his kid's red tricycle. We had forged maps, fake votes, Greg's confession, and now proof of embezzlement. We were ready to file with the state attorney general. But Karen struck first. I ran to town for lumber, gone 2 hours. When I got back, my boathouse was gone, reduced to splinters by Vince's crew. Worse, Karen's nephew hauled off the good cedar, calling it salvage. I sat on the dock, staring at the wreckage, holding a faded photo of me and Ellie, sawdust on our faces, smiling after we finished that boathouse. Something broke in me, not loud, just heavy, like a dam giving way. My kids found me there, didn't sugarcoat it. Nate's voice was steel. No more defense, Dad. We hit back. We set a trap. I stacked lumber on the dock, sketched fake plans for a new boathouse, left them in my garage window. Nate hid tiny cameras in a birdhouse, under the eaves, in a hedge. We waited, tense, watching the feeds. Day 3, there she was, Karen, clipboard in hand, snapping photos of my lumber, peering into my garage. She was trespassing, bold as brass. Then, 2 black SUVs rolled in, silent, blocking her car. Claire stepped out, jeans and a jacket, but all business. Karen spun, face red, screeching about private property. Claire just smiled, cold. Ma'am, you're trespassing on my dad's land. But that's the least of your worries. The sheriff pulled up, serving warrants on Karen's house. She froze as Claire read her rights, cuffs clicking shut. It was over. The trial was a slaughter. Forged maps, fake signatures, emails plotting to make the old man sell. Video of her trespassing it buried her. Karen got hit with conspiracy, wire fraud, extortion. Greg flipped, spilling everything for a lighter sentence. The judge, a no-nonsense type, ordered Karen to pay $65,000 in damages, rebuild my boathouse from her own pocket, and dissolved Clearview's HOA. The county passed a new rule, mandatory audits for all HOAs. My fight didn't just save my home, it shielded others. A month later, a lumber truck delivered fresh cedar. My neighbors showed up, tools in hand, and we rebuilt that boathouse, nail by nail, laughing, sharing coffee. Standing on that new roof, looking over the lake, mist low and soft, I felt Ellie there, smiling. You can't fake the truth, it's like gravity, always pulls you back to earth. So what do you think? Was this just about a greedy HOA? Or is there something bigger here about power, community, standing your ground? Drop a comment, tell me where you're watching from, and share your take. Have you dealt with a bully like this? Hit that like button, share this story, and let's talk about what justice really means.